We are about 40 miles or so south of Candlestick Point at a place that first opened back in 2014 as you get a look at Levi's Stadium here in Santa Clara, California. The first of two here on a Monday night, the opener for these two teams as we're underway on EA Sports. And that's not going to be returned, as so many kicking teams elect to do. This is past the landing zone, and we'll start at the 30. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Here we go. Right.
Fields passing on the first play from scrimmage. This pass out wide to Hall. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. Line of scrimmage, the 24. This is 2nd and 6.
Here we go.
Hall on a give up the middle. And he'll be stopped at about the 38 after a pickup of 4.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Flushed out right.
Damn it. Good one. Good one, BX.
He's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Fields, we know he has the good mobility. He flashes it there as he scrambles for the first down.
He's a talented runner, and that means he's always looking for bigger and bigger gains when he takes off. Certainly found some bonus yards there beyond the first down marker, and this early drive will continue with that extra jolt from his legs.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
Sliding out of the pocket. And he wisely will throw that one away.
One thing you always worry about when he breaks the pocket is he going to take off with it? That time, the pressure was starting to close in, and he's just got to throw this one away.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
Here we go. Good.
Fields. They'll roll him out right. Going to throw right side here, complete.
Good shit.
And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Well, he's already shown on this opening drive that he will run the football. We know that about him, Charles, so maybe when he gets outside the pocket, the defense a little wary about the run, and he's able to convert the pass.
And that wariness will often cause you to be a step or two slow. And sometimes you're so focused on, will he or won't he run the football, you forget that there are receivers in your area, and they find themselves open, and there's another completed pass.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Here we go.
Ham sandwich. Mo is funny.
Straight ahead is Hall. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
This is what defensive coaches ask of their defenders every single ball game. Get a hand on every throw in coverage. They want the deflections. They want the knockaways. Pick it yourself if you can, but at least knock it down and guarantee it's incomplete.
Zerline's kick is up and through. Well, all offseason, probably a lot of thought goes into that first drive of week one. They didn't get the touchdown, but at least they got something.
And what I like about it is that they didn't overthink it, because you're exactly right. A lot goes into the offseason, the preseason, to get to that first drive of the regular season. They went right down.
Hold on. I'll put mine up in a second. Give me a second.
On the board.
Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And able to break this out all the way to the 38-yard line. Great return. Purdy going to lead the 49ers to the line. 1st and 10 at their 38. First carry for Christian McCaffrey. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's 2nd down. And they'll come up 2nd and 7. Now Purdy. He'll get this underneath to McCaffrey. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. The Niners have the first down on a gain of 11.
Now you can exhale. The season is officially underway. Plenty of work done during the offseason, camp, and the preseason that led to that first throw of the year.
Purdy now to throw off the play action. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Play action is supposed to be used to slow down pressure, slow down blitzes. In this case, though, if it takes a little too long to develop, you got people right in your face.
And lucky just to get rid of the ball with the arm going forward. Could have been a fumble. Here's 2nd and 10. They'll run it. Here's the rookie from Oregon. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
I think we got to give it up for him right there. That's a heck of an athletic move for a big man right in the middle of the line. How about the play he makes there? Nowhere to run, and he finishes that one off for a loss.
Purdy looking to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Touchdown, 49ers. George Kittle, 48 yards. And the 49ers are able to answer the early 3 points and take a first-quarter lead. Moody good with the extra point, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They finished off their opening drive of the campaign with a field goal on the last drive. Now they'll search for a touchdown here on this go-around. 1st and 10. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Second and 10.
Here we go.
They'll give to Hall. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Here we go.
From the gun on 3rd down, Fields. Flush to his right. And that will be incomplete.
Well, obviously searching for their first touchdown this game, partner, and that quick 3 and out, that's not going to achieve that at all. Give victory to the secondary there. They brought out tight coverage on that 3rd down snap.
And here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. Fielded at about the 28. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Niners will go on offense.
I forgot to switch it.
1st and 10.
Yes, I did.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Perfect start to the season on their first drive last time out, able to find the end zone. Now we'll see if they can make it 2 for 2 here in week 1. There he goes, right side. Christian McCaffrey. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 40.
They didn't get rid of him. He's still contemplating retirement. But he's still on the team.
And the Niners are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Moody good with the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 11.
Well, they've drafted another running back just in case.
The touchdown. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this.
No, he's in Minnesota.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there was a quick 3 and out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series.
Nice
but
run.
What would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
And it's knocked away and incomplete.
As a coaching staff, you can call just about whatever you want because you understand you have guys who reliably take away those massive shots downfield. You're not as worried about giving up the big one.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Here we go.
Out of the gun, they run it with Hall. Pushing forward for 3 up to the 48. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Here we go.
From the gun, here's Fields. Over the middle, complete. It's Hall. But he won't quite make it. He needed 6. He got about 5. 4th down. After 1, a 14-3 ball game.
Yeah, you're past the 50. You can go for it, yeah. The arrow's pointing up.
Football here to start the 2nd quarter.
Same league, same pictures. Same rules as the other league. I don't want people get accustomed to not following no rules, Kel. So the same rules apply.
Here's Fields on the sneak.
Did he get it? He didn't get it.
He did not. They stop at the yard
No,
shy.
they said it.
He only got 1. And the 49ers
They said I stopped him. They didn't. He didn't get the first. Who told BX? Well, I guess you, right?
49er offense set to get this drive underway. Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true. Last drive, that was the case. 1 play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration.
Shit, good play.
But it's intercepted. Picked up by Andre Cisco. And they will finally stop him as he's down to the 40-yard line. Now, that was one I kind of saw coming, Charles. You had a free safety just hanging back there over the middle, waiting, and he saw that ball go in the air, and he jumped on it.
And I don't know why the quarterback...
I should have waited to throw that ball. Do it too soon.
3, which means the free safety in the middle of the field, the 2 corners, and they divide the field in thirds. But when you have a free safety with range, like a good center fielder, he can go from side to side and make plays on the football as he did there.
And his throw is incomplete.
That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
Here we go, son.
Here's a give to Hall. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
The Jets on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5.
Here we go. Good. All right.
Back to throw, Fields. Yeah, this won't be
Good
enough.
hit.
Stopped a yard short after a gain of 3. 4th down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Good kick.
Zerline's kick is up and through, and a second field goal here cuts their deficit to 14-6 now. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive.
Damn it.
They threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Purdy going to give it to Garendo. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's Jermaine Johnson stopping that play before it begins, dropping him for a loss. They go play action here. Purdy. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Willis. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. Okay, so roughing the passer, and I've got to imagine that's the last thing you want to see week 1 is your quarterback taking an unnecessary hit.
I think you're exactly right about that. You hate it any week, but boy, are you on target. This is a unit that's depending on him to take him through 17 games, so you definitely can't let him get hurt right now.
Yo, still.
Here's Purdy.
Oh, okay.
Down to the 10. Touchdown.
I just now started it. Just now. Fuck.
41 yards. And the 49ers are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. Moody good with the extra point, and the lead is up to 15 now.
Oh, God.
And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line.
What are you talking about, Buckeye? You love it.
Here we go, son.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession.
What you say?
Going field goal here. They got field goal last
Oh,
time.
okay.
Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
You like to be called a Pop Tart.
Makes it more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score.
No, he bounced. I guess he have a connection issues. So you like being called Pop Tart and chicken chunks, huh?
Here we go.
Ball on the 30 as they come on second and 10. A handoff for Hall. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. They do get a yard there, but only...
Yeah, I'd rather be called Magic Mike the Chicken Chunks. Yeah. Yep.
A shotgun snap, Fields. And the Niners get there and bring him down. The safety blitz turns out to be a great call defensively as they sack him for a loss of 9. Well, you're already up a couple of scores here in the first half defensively, and Charles, they just seem to be playing really free on that side of the football.
I love the observation because with that type of a lead, they feel like they can take a few more chances and be even more aggressive, and it's been paying off for them so far this game.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away.
Oh, the picking. Was it a trade or was he released?
7-yard return, and they will take over.
For what? What was the trade? What was the trade for? Okay, we'll make the trade then.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. This drive here beginning motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly,
would you shut up? Let me hear what Still got to say.
You know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes.
I didn't hear everything you said. Still, you said
execute better, and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. James. And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. 13 yards there and a Niner first. Those are the types of run, Charles, that they say this first-year running back can provide a lot more of in the future.
He made it look easy, didn't he?
But you want to keep him on the game, don't you?
Described him as a diamond in the rough with a lot of polish, nice little buffing. This guy could be one of the top backs going forward.
Now this offense in mid-season form here in the opener. It's 1st and 10. Here's James. A spin. He'll get it to the 40. Broke a tackle there to get some extra yardage. Well, now after all of this, hang on here because he appears to be shaken up. Boy, you always hate to see injuries, especially tough here in week 1. Just hoping this is nothing.
You saying the league was created before the trade went through?
2nd down and 3.
He is on the team. I created the roster before the trade was done. I mean, before the person that created these rosters put him on the team. I had already created the league before then.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side.
And across the chalk into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. Ricky Pearsall, 30 yards. And the Niners are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Now Moody for the PAT. He's got it, and the lead swells.
Why did you just try to block it?
6.
Oh, okay.
Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Here we go.
Here's Fields. Looking right side, and it's intercepted.
Damn it.
It's Jair Brown who's got it. And the Niners are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. Boy, we've seen a lot of mistakes here in this first half, and another there on the interception.
Yeah, they're certainly starting to pile up, aren't they? Because, let's face it, we expect a miscue here and there, but they're already down 3 scores and still giving the ball away. If they want to get back into this one, they've got to take care of the ball, because right now the way they're playing doesn't say a whole lot for their chances.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next
Are you
drive.
okay, man? You feeling all right?
Throwing here, Purdy.
That was dirty, BX.
And the Jets are going to take possession.
Straight grimy what you just did. Sorry, though.
So really,
Yeah, he laughed. He because he know what he did.
Encountered. They'd had the rule of the roost here in this first half, but now
that's why he laughed.
Just a bit by the interception.
He jammed my receiver.
That's a wake-up call for him, because you don't want to go on autopilot too early. That team on defense is capable of making some plays similar to the one they made right there.
Easy. Here we go.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Oh, he's going up.
Give it right back.
Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. Picked off by Chase Lucas. And the 49ers are going to take possession here at their own 3-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They take over here following the interception. That's the good news. The tough spot is the spot that they're in. That's inside the 5 in the shadow of their own goalpost here. 1st and 10. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
I think they're ahead of schedule now after that run. They might be bold with this 2nd down call after that type of a gain.
They run it with James. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. 13 yards there and a Niner first.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he'll work this back to right around the line of scrimmage and surrender there. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Purdy now to throw. That one into the hands of Ayuk downfield. And all the way down to the 35. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. Purdy will set up to throw it here. He's going to drop this down to McCaffrey. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Back to throw, Purdy. And that is incomplete.
They had their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Play action. Now Purdy. That's going to be caught. Touchdown 49ers. A great effort there as the first half is winding down. And the Niners go nearly the length of the field and finish it off with 6 points. Extra point try now for Moody. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Xavier Gibson now from his end zone. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks.
He lucky they didn't let me catch it.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know
that should have been a pick 6.
They expected it and got there and popped it free.
And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter.
Here we go.
A final shot before the break. Fields eluding the pressure right. To the right side. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And this one will actually go out of bounds, so no recovery. And that is how we conclude this first half. So we reach halftime here in our first Monday Nighter of the season. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
What videos?
It's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the second half?
Said it kills a video to help them. Help them with what?
Because they got the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in. The obvious thing people would say is just keep attacking, but I think you also have to be smart about it. Avoid turnovers.
You mean these phantom buttons he think people be holding?
Attack, but make sure you take care of the ball.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Purdy. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And a nice little quick spin move before he's dropped. And a pretty good gain. Give him 9 yards on the 2nd down screen play.
Partner, I like the play call coming right after a tackle for a loss because this is an obvious passing situation, but instead they fooled him a little bit with the screen, and they wound up getting back what they lost and then a little bit more.
Okay,
3rd and 4.
Ready.
Back to throw. Purdy. Another grab here for the dynamic Christian McCaffrey. And he is going to have a 49ers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And when you have success throwing the football, the whole cliche becomes true. The playbook.
You kill me with that same place, Mo.
These screen passes, they become even more difficult to stop.
Ayuk going to go in motion right. Now they show jet sweep, but instead a run up the middle here. And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield. 43 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. They've got the lead early here in the 3rd quarter, and runs like that are how they established that lead in the first half.
I love the fact that you're using the word lead because they are leading from the front, pounding on the defense right now with the running game, and truly establishing themselves here in the 2nd half.
Damn it.
And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll in fact tackle him behind the line. So it's the big left tackle who gets tagged with a hold.
And sometimes you're actually executing the block well, and he starts to slip off of you, and instinctively you reach out and grab him. And when it's done like that, it's often seen by the official and called.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty.
Let's go.
Operating from the gun, Purdy. That's caught by Ayuk on the slant. It's a big play, yet amazingly, because of how far they had to go, they're still looking at a 2nd down here.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
From the 44 now, here's 2nd and 4.
Here we go, set.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. And now a fake on the jet sweep, and instead
He's been blitzing me.
McCaffrey. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him
Oh,
behind
okay.
the line. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Escaping the pressure right.
Damn it.
And an off-balance throw there.
Good defense.
Wind up incomplete.
Well, no surprise there. He was looking for one of his favorite targets again as soon as he left the pocket. But the coverage was good downfield. They got right to the receiver and helped prevent that completion.
Wisnowski on to punt as he sends this one away. This will be fielded at the 17. Officially just 27 yards there on the punt. And the Jets will take over. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Now it's Fields. Flushed out right.
Good catch.
There to bring it in on the crossing route. And they're able to get this one across the 35. This drive starting off on the right foot. 18 yards. One play has them to the 37 here for 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Fields now to throw.
Good throw.
That'll be complete to Allen Lazard. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Here now, 2nd and 4.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you're wanting to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered,
good play.
Can uncover themselves downfield.
And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Breece Hall. 57 yards. And the Jets get a bit closer. Well, if they're going to make a game of this in the second half, they need a few big plays to go their way. That's one.
And the way to get it done is to also conserve time. So to your point, that big play right there, now you're not moving the ball down. You're taking time off the clock. You're leaving yourself a better avenue to continue to try and make a comeback.
And with a successful two-point try, the QB rolling out, I would imagine on the defense that makes it tough. When he goes out, he's got the option to run or pass.
Yeah, it really does. If you decide not to bring extra people or extra pressure, maybe you have to have a spy on the quarterback, someone to account for him, because oftentimes that is the unaccounted for player.
And bulldozing his way through. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down.
Okay, no problem. Well, he'll be out for a couple of weeks.
And right at a yard.
All right.
Now that's the way you want to start a drive. Talk about a tone setter as well as a playbook opener. Now if you want to take a big shot over the top, you're all positioned to do so.
Second down and a little more than a yard here.
Let's go now. Check go.
On the ground, it's James. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 62 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. He's making quite a splash here in his NFL debut.
Well, he was advertised as being NFL ready, and both you and I tend to arch an eyebrow a little bit when we first hear that, but I think that they were right about this one.
Altogether, a pretty shaky start to the year for this defense as they defend another 1st and 10. Now Purdy. Throw caught there by Willis. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll bring up a 2nd and short.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And he'll get it down here to the 43. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the 1st down.
Purdy now to throw off the play action. And this is caught inside the 5.
Thank you.
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Brandon Ayuk. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Niners will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. Moody good with the extra point, and that'll increase their lead to 28. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they look up and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
Good throw.
In the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Jets 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Need to make a quick sub. All right. Okay.
Here we go. Hey, Ken. Go.
Fields. Flush to his right. And he'll be brought down.
Do you slide or?
Yard line. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I like about that play? He didn't try to do too much on 1st down. He took what the defense gave him, put together a solid game to bring up 2nd and manageable. Now they have a couple of plays to pick up just a few yards and a new set of downs.
Now Fields. down he goes. The 49ers get there. The Jets on third down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 7. Oh, Fields is intercepted for a 3rd time. And the Niners are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. Well, offensively, Charles, hard to put a silver lining on this one. No secret that they had to take chances with a score where it is, and it leads to a turnover.
I love how you paint the picture, partner, because you're exactly right about that one. Look at the empty stares on that sideline. This is one of those games where you just want to go crawl under a rock until it's over.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball, and they kept the 4th quarter lead. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. This offense has had a lot to like in this game. I don't know that last play, though, is going to make the highlight reel.
It's not going to make the highlight reel, but it will be the focus of the film session that the team has to sit through. I've sat through those before. Never any fun. You're always excited about your good plays, and they actually fast forward through those. All right, that was good. All right, great. They get to the bad ones and really...
Look at this. Middle of the field. A breakaway. Touchdown. 49ers. Juwan Jennings. 55 yards. And the 49ers are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their 4th quarter lead. Now Moody for the PAT. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And they knew coming in that this would be a tough place to go in and win a season opener. But this has just been a performance, to be frank, not to be proud of here as they trail big in this 4th quarter. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Fields hit and the ball is loose. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And he will bring this one back. It's
Damn.
Return for the 49er touchdown.
Well, I thought they were going to show the replay.
Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
Regardless, are you happy to be playing with the Jets? I said, are you happy to be playing with your Jets regardless of the score?
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the
Shut
ball.
your ass up.
Away following that fumble return.
What? That doesn't even make no sense. Ooh.
He brought down right on the chalk of the 20. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And no doubt this is not the way that they had hoped to open their season. Thoroughly outplayed here in front of the national audience.
Yeah, I bet he'll beat you.
That'll be no better than an incompletion, and it's 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss.
But didn't the Jets and Giants play each other this past season? Or they didn't?
Throwing over
okay.
It's incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Here we go, Scott.
From the gun on third down, Fields.
Good catch.
He'll be out right at the 35.
Nice
First
route.
catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first. Well, a touchdown here on this drive, it wouldn't really put much of a dent in the score, the deficit right now, but as you mentioned in the past, CD, their coach is probably just hoping to see something executed correctly
Son who?
before we close out the ball game.
Yeah, and I think that every guy
Which receiver? What's his name?
Exactly the same way, because if not, they might be looking for replacements. Treat every drive as if it's your last and make it a successful one in some small way.
One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost.
Well, they probably didn't want to pay him.
Run extra plays, harder to move it.
Quick throw, knocked away, and incomplete. I think this is what this game's become now. Just go deep, see if we can get something to go our way.
Yeah, not the most creative or most inventive play call there, but
so right now he's a free agent, right?
They're almost at a loss about what to dial up.
Oh, he did? Oh, okay.
Now whistles come in before the snap. Looked like one of the Jets may have moved.
Interesting.
So the false start certainly
I think he's from the West Coast anyway, I think. I'm not mistaken. But he just wanted to be closer to home.
Play action, Fields. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Even with such a big
I tried to.
The effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it.
Here we go. Hey, Ken.
We all know. We know. We know.
They snap it to Fields. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Jets try it, but the fourth down play doesn't work. And the Niners take over in terrific field position. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Here we go.
A handoff running right, Garendo. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. They'll look to throw.
Good hit. Good hit.
Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. Well, at this juncture, CD, you normally see teams pack in the passing game. They've got the huge lead. Not them, though. They're still taking their shots.
I remember reading in past history, there was a college football coach in the Hall of Fame whose nickname was Close the Gates of Mercy. But he wasn't really big on that. He was big on go ahead and scoring. He's kind of reincarnated right here. We're watching it in front of us.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call. Well, fans expect these primetime slots to deliver some of the best games each week. And, well, one team has certainly followed through with that tonight. Just an absolute clinic, Charles, on offense here. And they don't seem to be done trying to drive that football.
Yeah, and continue your theme about one team enjoying it. One fan base is enjoying it as well. The other fan base, they might disagree with what they've seen, but the one that's winning, they're certainly getting their money's worth.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down. A nice throw right there, and these fans getting their first look at their QB1 of the future. I'd imagine it's got to be a big plus for him to get his first start here in front of that home crowd.
I know there's a school of thought about getting your first start away from home so you don't have the extra pressure of that crowd behind you. But I say ride the wave. Embrace it. Go ahead and play to that level, and I think it's going to benefit him in the long run.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. And he's got it. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Moody good with the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he returns this to the 22. We said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over.
And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. Still on his feet. Oh, able to avoid him. And a
almost.
return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line. Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there. But Charles, they're still airing it out at this point despite that huge lead. And some people may be saying, well, why are they throwing the football? These guys, I guess, are just padding their stats at this point.
Yeah, and a lot of big grins, I think, from people in their families, from themselves. You're exactly right. Pad the stats when you get an opportunity. It'll certainly help you come contract time.
Hate to be blunt, but it is just continuing to prove to be the case that this O-line is manhandling this D-line.
Call it BX a transplant.
Because they're doing exactly what you just described. Manhandling the defensive front. They've got the leverage. They're powering through, and they're controlling this game.
And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. So that run gets them about halfway home.
Yeah, it's now 2nd and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try and put it in that way.
Get in there, Rook. Get it. Get in there, Rook. He recovered it. He recovered it. He recovered his own fumble.
Well, CD, I mean, simply put, if anyone around the league wasn't paying attention to them to start the season, they will be heading into
that was a good punch out, BX.
Week 1 performance.
They've certainly announced that they are
good punch out.
Go, haven't they? They want to send a message out to the rest of the league. You better put your eyes on us.
Moody good with the extra point. And this one was over a
GG, BX.
Add on to that big lead. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Use it
as a great realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never
come on, Rook, get this sack. Get this sack. Get this sack. You son of a bitch, BX.
And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
Bam.
And it's incomplete. And now we're down to 10 seconds. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down.
Let's go Alpha right here.
I've tried Jersey Mike's before. I've had it before. It's not bad.
A shotgun snap, Fields. And the Niners get there and bring him down.
No, I had turkey. I had a turkey sandwich, Kills.
And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And here's a very low line drive, almost whiffed on it.
Oh, he would touch it. Don't touch it.
And this one will be touchdown inside the 40-yard line.
GG, man. Good game.
Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago, and you noticed they did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely a dream scenario for everyone on that offense, and they took advantage of every second. Guaranteed popcorn for everyone.
You could have said. We could have waited.
So for the Niners, it's a fantastic start as they
All right,
roll to a
peace.
blowout victory here in the season opener. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Minnesota Vikings. Meanwhile, for the Jets, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll try to
We got
rebound
2
next week on the
touchdowns.
road in Nashville. So for our entire crew,
Well, you could have hit him up on Facebook. He responds to that quicker than the PlayStation. Damn, 4 weeks. He got who? After what? Yeah, I got ball hug next. Yeah.